Have you ever found yourself doing something almost automatically, like brewing a cup of tea at the same time every evening, or double checking that you've locked the door? Habits like these operate on autopilot, driven by hidden triggers. Today, we're going to uncover the cues and the patterns that drive our habits so that we can take back control. Triggers are the signals that set your habits in motion. They're the starting line of the habit loop. These triggers fall into a few categories. First, environmental triggers. Something in your surroundings, like hearing a specific word or sound, or even if you walk into a room. Time-based triggers, a specific time of the day, like waking up or winding down. Physical state triggers, how you feel, hunger, tired or full of energy. And social triggers, being around particular people or groups. Triggers don't just happen, they're consistent and they tie you into your routines. Once you spot them, you'll be able to understand how your habits are activated. Think about how you automatically grab your bag when you hear the keys jingle by the door. The sound of the keys is your trigger, or maybe you always start writing as soon as you sit down at your desk. The environmental itself is the cue for the action. Triggers are like these are the foundations of habits. Habits don't happen randomly, they follow predictable loops. This is what's typically called a habit loop. So it looks like this: the cue or trigger, the event that signals that starts the habit, the routine, the action or the behaviour itself, and the reward, the benefits that your brain gets from doing the habit. Let's break this down with an example. Imagine you stretch every morning when you wake up. The cue is getting out of bed. The routine is the stretching for a few minutes, and the reward is feeling looser and more awake for the morning. The same pattern applies for all habits, whether they're helpful or not. Recognising these patterns is the key understanding of which habits you want to keep and which ones you'd like to change. For example, maybe you want to clean up the kitchen every evening. The cue might be finishing dinner, the routine will be tidying the counter and washing up, and the reward will be going to bed knowing that everything is organised for the next day. These patterns are often more consistent than we realise, but once you see them clearly, you'll gain more control over your habits. Here's your next step. Choose one of your habits you've been tracking, break it down into its cues, routines and rewards. Reflect on what you've discovered. Does this habit serve you, or is it something that you'd like to change? Share your findings with the community so we can all help each other.